Hey guys, and welcome back to Yokai Hime's voiceovers. Today we're going to be doing Love Spell Written in the Stars, Florian Atlas's Route, Episode 8. Last time we saw that Florian told Yona that she could not go on the expedition. Yona completely disagreed and sent Philia to spy on the meeting so that she could get onto the ship. So, without further ado, the next morning, I hide behind some cargo as I spy on the dive team making their final preparations. Heavy-looking equipment and machinery are being loaded onto a big boat as dark clouds begin to overtake the early morning sky. Thanks to Philia's notes yesterday, I know how everything is going to go down. Okay, I need to hide in one of these crates they're loading in. As I open a giant crate, I can't help but make a face at the strong, foul smell that comes out of it. Philia shakes her head at me. No! Philia refuses to be stuck again in a stinky old box. Squawk! I grab the penguin and quickly close the lid of the crate when I spot two figures approaching. My heart beats loudly in my chest when I hear Professor Atlas's voice along with another crew member. What's wrong, Atlas? I figured you'd be the most excited for this out of everyone here. Don't get me wrong. I truly am. It's just, I have a bad feeling about all of this that I can't seem to shake off. Oh, chin up, mate. You're more than everyone else here. You, more than everyone else here, have been through your fair share of dangers in the field. If there's anyone who can pull off this miracle dive, well, it's you. I think everyone on this team believes that the most, hence why we're even here. My thanks. I appreciate the token of faith. Load this one up too, will you? My heart slams in my chest as something hit the top of the box I'm hiding in. I cover Philia's beak as she attempts to squawk angrily. I look up and my heart throbs as I make out the professor's face through a slight crack in the wood. He stares longingly out into the distance before shaking his head. At least she's safe. That's all that matters right now. Oh? Didn't know you had a Mrs. Atlas. Is it that assistant you brought to the lab? Everyone thought it was strange when you arrived with her. The field's notorious lone wolf bringing someone along? Could have been in the morning headlines. She's a lot more than just my assistant. She's extremely talented, in more ways than one. I bet. Had this been a regular expedition, I'm sure she could have held her own, as good as any of us. But not under these conditions. I just can't risk putting her in danger like that. I wouldn't know what to do with myself if something were to happen to her. Oh, Professor. My pulse quickens as I can only stare helplessly at his solemn expression. Heat rises to my cheeks, and for the first time, I can no longer deny what I feel inside. God, I'm in love with him. I'm so stupidly in love with him. I'm just an idiot, a giant idiot. I know this isn't real. None of this is. I know this, and yet thoughts of our passionate night together and the sweet, tender morning we shared come floating along into my mind. I quickly shake my head. No, it's not the time for that right now. I have to focus on getting on that ship. Professor, I'm sorry, but I'll definitely show you what I'm capable of, and I'll make sure we get that relic, no matter what. I look down to see Philia grinning suggestively as she makes kissy faces with her beak. My eye twitches, and I put a finger to my lips. Shh! I hope you know they can't hear me. But I can, so shut it. Huh? Professor? Did you say something? Philia and I gasp as we notice the top of the box has shifted slightly open. I can see Professor Atlas's face from the opening as he looks the other way. No, if I'm busted here, it's over. It's all over. Quickly and carefully, I slide the box's cover back on properly without him noticing. Philia and I expectantly remain motionless as we wait for the verdict. No, I didn't say anything. Did you? Oh, there's our cue. It's time to head out. I'll meet you out on the dock. Phew. Squawk! Seconds later, a strong force moves the box upwards as we hear heavy machinery and directions being called out below us. I look out and gulp as I watch the box being lifted over the water and placed on the ship, all while I cover Philia's squawking beak. Even from the box, I can feel the boat's velocity as it moves at a lightning speed across the water. I can hear chatter and people barking orders from afar. I stare at the green-looking penguin next to me as she waddles back and forth before falling onto the ground. Ugh. How do you get seasick? You're a penguin, for crying out loud. I immediately shut up as we hear some crew members run along the sides next to us. Moments later, I feel the boat begin to slow down dramatically. After a few minutes, it seems to stop completely. I prop myself up and peek out from under the box's lid. I spot a giant diving cage being ascended over the water as Professor Atlas and another researcher now don diving suits. Oh gosh, his butt looks so good in that suit. Wait, focus, you idiot! Focus! Suddenly, I hear a voice behind me, and I duck back into the box. Yes, where it's tad understaffed, but nevertheless, all is still going according to plan. I peer through the crack in the wood to see Dr. Langdar back as he speaks into a phone. Yes, I'll let you know the second we find something. That relic is going to ensure we're sitting pretty for the rest of our lives. He's evil. A shame a certain professor won't be there to see it, he. I raise my eyebrows as I watch him hang up the phone and head down towards the dock. Sitting pretty? What does he mean? What a weird conversation. Seriously, Anna, you don't know what that means? Seriously? He's evil! Before I can think too much, I hear the roar of thunder in the distance. I peek out of the box to see the skies are growing dark, and fast. I look down at Professor Atlas as he stares out to the sea. My heart tightens in my chest. If only I could go with him. No, wait. Now's not the time for self-pity. I came here on a mission. I gotta do what I can. I turn around and grab a bag filled with weird-looking bottles. Philia and I stayed up all night making magically infused potions to help with the dive. These won't do much, but they should at least help them get to the ship faster without having to worry about the murkiness of the water. Alright, time to pour these bad boys out. Ready, Philia? Suddenly, a commotion on the deck catches my attention. I peek out over the lid once again to see that the diver next to Atlas has begun throwing up badly over the edge of the boat. Ugh, pukey waters. Various crew members attempt to help him, but his complexion is terrible and he can barely stand. I watch as people argue back and forth about what to do. Dr. Lekdar is screaming orders, but no one is following them. I'll go alone. My heart stops in my chest when I hear those words. Various crew members pipe up in protest, but Atlas shoots them his best signature wry smile. Psst! Hey, Master! What is this strange-looking thing? Can I eat it? I look back at Philia and see that she's unearthed a diving suit near the bottom of the box. I bite my lip and stare at the suit. Well, that's it for episode 8, part 1. Next time we will be doing episode 8, part 2, Through His Eyes.